Good morning, friends. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Happy Thanksgiving Day here in Canada. This is Balasubramanian Iyer welcoming you from Toronto, Canada, 9th of October 2017. It's just about 1 p.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. Today, the topic of this video is thematic trading. This is part one. I'll have some videos in the future to cover this subject. I'm going to explain in this video what is thematic trading, the broad strokes and the themes, no pun intended. And then I will give a concrete example with gold and how I found some trades using thematic trading, and thereby I'll try to help you how you can also find such trades in the future. But it requires a change of mindset. That's very important. Okay. The second, normally for to expose the secrets of thematic trading, people will put it in, package it into a course and charge $10,000. But you know what? Because it's free, I'm putting it on YouTube. I can guarantee most people will not watch it, saying, "Oh, it's free, it must be crap." So it's reverse psychology. When you want to reveal a secret and you don't want to people to know about it, make it free. Then people will think, oh, it's free, so it's not. So nobody will. Your open secret will remain a secret. Okay, reverse psychology. Now let's come to the serious note. I have made several videos in the past, and go to my YouTube channel. There was one video where I compared gold to Bitcoin, and I made a strong case that investing in gold is dead money. Though all the gold bugs, John Paulson, the hedge fund guy, Sprott Asset Management, all the ETF, they would tell you otherwise. Of course, they are talking the book when they say gold will go to 5,000, 3,000, all those rosy predictions. I wish my salary goes up like that, the way they predict gold. I wish my salary is like that. But you know what? Anyway, jokes apart, let's come to the thematic trading. But before that, I just want to digress a little bit because this is an important subject. Human beings sometimes I feel are the most unreliable species. So let me give you a live example in the context of trading. Okay, so here is a live example. Today, a news item came, and this is really shocking and revealing. Chinese companies, actually, let me show you. Chinese companies to build in the future 700 coal plants in billions of dollars. Okay, just read this news, today's news, 17 hours ago. 1600 coal plants are planned or under construction in 62 countries. They are not just in China, they are in rest of the world. And this is hypocrisy at its best. Okay, so all these world leaders gathered in the Paris COP summit, and everybody was thumping their desks. We are for clean tech, we are for green energy, we are for renewable, no more coal, only solar, only wind, only this, only that, Tesla, blah blah blah. Hype and media, and everybody wants to impress the other guy that I'm more green than you. These days we have this ego contest. Who can be more green? Oh, I can wear a green shirt and paint myself green. Oh, yeah, yeah, you can do that. Oh, I'm investing only in ethical funds. Oh, I'm only investing in green fund. Everybody is trying to impress others by saying how green they are. But this is all hypocrisy, okay? Let's look at the reality. I'm showing you the reality, how unreliable human beings are. I mean, look at this. I mean, these are facts. These are facts I'm showing you. And China is taking the leadership and dumping coal plants all over the world. It's not that they are building coal plants only in their country. Look at this headline. It's amazing news. I mean, this type of news, Bloomberg, CNN, they should be the one discussing this news item, but they will not. Okay, they will show how everybody is green, how everybody is renewable, how they are very responsible, how they are nice, and blah blah and blah blah blah. Anyway, let's come to the serious. Really made me amusing. Today's my laugh of the day was this news item. Let's come to gold. What's the broad theme in gold now? I've been making a case that I don't see a bright future for gold, and all that glitters is not gold, and I made my case in my previous video, and I'm going to make a little bit more case because this ties up into the thematic trading idea. And the other thing is when you're doing thematic trading, you have to get into politics. Some of you watching this video may get upset that why are you talking about politics in a trading context? And the reason is this: if I'm doing thematic trading for gold, I have to address politics because geopolitics has a big impact on the price of gold. But if I'm discussing, let's say if I'm doing thematic trading for Apple or Google, I don't care about geopolitics. Geopolitics has no relevance to thematic trading on Apple or Google or Amazon, right? But here, so you have to address the concept of relevancy. So here it is relevant. Now, two broad themes are happening in gold, and which is why gold, I don't see a bright future. See, I'll give you a logic. It's not that I'm just talking baselessly that gold has new future. There's a strong logic. Okay, the first logic has to do with geopolitics. See, after the fall of USSR, we are in going into we have what is called a unipolar world. We have unipolarity. What is unipolarity? Unipolarity means there is only one superpower, the mighty United States, and they are flexing their muscles and throwing the weight all over the world. So, like the known military bases of United States across the world is in excess of 100. And let me tell you, United States does not want to, these military bases are normally kept confidential or secret. They don't, no country wants to know where they are keeping the military bases, where their nuclear weapons are, where the bombs are, mother of all bombs, father of all bombs, sister of all bombs, where are they hiding it? These are kept confidential. So if known military bases are 100, maybe unknown military bases are another 100. So say 200. Now, what is the relevance of this fact to gold? There is a strong relevance. This is point number one. I'm coming at it from a different angle, but I'll tie all this. Okay. Point number two. In the recent UN Security Council resolution on North Korea, last two three resolution, something remarkable and striking happened. In all the resolutions, both China and Russia actively supported United States in the passing of these resolutions. So that means the unipolarity of United States as the superpower ruling the whole world is well established. So now I'll tell you how this is connected to gold. Gold typically goes up when there is a geopolitical crisis, or when there is a when we had Cold War, or we have two, three strong superpower countries, Russia, China, US, each flexing their muscles and having Cold War and all the tension. But we don't have that anymore. We are into a unipolarity where one country is going to control the whole world. And it's like, sanction, obey or else I'll put sanctions. By the way, sanctions is another reason why price of gold will go down. Because if you think about it, United States has been increasing the number of countries on which they slap sanctions. So and why is that? Why are they putting more and more sanctions on different countries? Because it is working. If sanctions were not effective as a strategy, they will not be doing that. So what this means is if you obey or else I'll put sanctions. If this strategy is working, then what are the chances of a geopolitical crisis happening around the world? Very little. There will be hype in the media, but forget all that. I'm talking about factually. If you have unipolarity and one country masterminding the whole world, there is no scope for geopolitical crisis except those which are created in the media. Okay, that's why gold hasn't done anything. Okay, the second reason why gold will go down in the future, thematic trading, is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Though JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon poo-pooed Bitcoin, Goldman Sachs opened a desk for Bitcoin. And there was another leading institution in US who have established and recognized Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So if Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, Ethereum and all that, first coin and all these are going to take off in the future, and it looks like digital currency is the currency of the future. So if you marry that with the unipolarity in the world from a geopolitical perspective, these are two broad strokes or two broad themes. The future of gold is looking extremely bleak. So I do not see a bright future. But having said that, there are certain short-term tactical themes. So let's address that. what happened, so I'll go into a daily chart. Gold was going down. Then sometime somewhere around this August area, I gave a buy in gold for my swing trading claim, and I played the thematic trade there. So what really happened in the world? Two things happened. One, there was this tension with North Korea, where all the famous tweets of Trump. That was one factor. Second factor is people were expecting the Fed to make at least one interest rate hike before December. And suddenly the Fed became very dovish. And all the comments from Janet Yellen was indicating that there is going to be no hike in, before the song was one and done, one and done. Now it became none whatsoever. You know, so one and done became none whatsoever. So this happened around. This is based on the Fed chattering. Okay, around August. So now you marry the two themes, the tweets on the North Korea, and then Guam and how they said we'll put a missile in Guam and all that, and then marry that with the chatter from Fed that none whatsoever, right? So now this gave chance for the gold bulls to bring all the speculators in. So everybody jumped into the bandwagon, and I don't give a damn. We are here to make money, but this is an important theme. You know, so based on the theme, and I actually gave a buy on gold, and gold had a massive move up. Okay, then what happened? So that is thematic trading to go long. And the next thematic trading was it now transpired later on that after all there is going to be no, it doesn't look like there is no immediate war with North Korea before Christmas. Then the news came out that US is actually doing secret negotiations with North Korea, which nobody came to know about. Remember, I said human beings are the most unreliable species in the world, and I gave you the example of coal. And then it leaked out that, oh, after all, they are doing secret negotiations with them. Then on top of it, suddenly Yellen changed her stance from none whatsoever. She started singing one and done. So suddenly you had Stanley Fisher, you had Yellen, you had all these people coming out on business channels and in the press, some in the beginning of September, and suddenly they started singing this new song, the new music composed by whoever, and this new song lyrics was one and done. So we're going to have one before December. So one and done became none whatsoever. Then none whatsoever became one and done. So for right now is one and done. Maybe more. Then some of the Fed officials have even started singing one and done. No, maybe more. Oh, really? Okay. So suddenly what is happening is US dollar is becoming very strong. So if US dollar becomes strong, gold has to go down. And number two, the secret negotiations with North Korea. China is putting pressure on North Korea. Oh, before Christmas, there is no war. Maybe there is no war at all. It's all song and dance going on. Oh, really? So all the gas came out of gold bulls. And no wonder the theme right now is gold will continue to go down. So, does it mean you short gold now? No, we gave a signal in September, and we already made money. So our theme was to go long here. We made long, and we now we'll wait for another theme between now and December. If some new song is played, who knows? They keep composing new songs. In the Fed, they have these music composers, and they may again say none whatsoever, or God knows, they play with dot plots and all that. They may remove some dots from the plots, or suddenly North Korea may come back, some noise, they moved a ballistic missile or some activity going on in Guam. All it takes is some news item like this, and we may start another new theme, a new cycle. That will bring all the speculators and everybody, because markets run on herd mentality. Assume, today there was a Nobel Prize given for economics to some famous guy, and he wrote a book on nudge. And try to read why he was given Nobel Prize in economics, today's news. It's for behavioral finance and behavioral economics. So he will tell you how human beings act most of the time irrationally. This irrationality is what dictates human behavior. We talk about logic at the drawing room, but when we go to the mall, we become irrational. Okay, so that's what it is. So you never know. All it takes is some irrationality somewhere, and suddenly gold. People will not question the fundamental wisdom. They will, with herd mentality, everybody will jump into going. I'm talking about these Wall Street speculators and hedge fund.